Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Your View. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Alaja Anima Akashat. Ziviri, how you doing this morning?
I'm fine. I'm still trying to recollect because of the race now, what I wanted to say as my banter.
Well, let me just greet you because the Deputy Governor's wife, Mrs. Hamzad, was asking of you in the last few days. She kept asking, where is Nima? I said, Nima is not.
I'm fine.
So she wanted to check up on you. She greets you, send love to you, and the other ladies of your view. Yeah. But she was specifically,
particularly,
yes, asking for Nima.
Okay. Such a warm-hearted woman. Yeah. Every time I meet her, I love the hugs.
Yes.
Thank you, ma. I'll call today.
Okay, how are you doing, Toby? How has you been? What's going on with you?
So I'm actually now beginning to receive the banters, the lashes on social media. Right. You know, because if I post something, somebody would find something to say. And so earlier this morning, I was asking you all how you've been coping with it. And so I went to anchor an event sometime last week for the Women in Business Summit. And so this person reached out and said, please, I want to see you after the program. And so afterwards, she came to meet me. I said, please, I just want to apologize to you. I said, I don't understand. I don't think I've met you before, right? And she said, yes, you've not met me. But I saw you on TVC's page, and the comment I put was that, how can they put a child on your view? And so when I met you, I now found out that you're such a pleasant person that please forgive me. And she was asking for forgiveness. And I was like, this life, Sha.
Wow.
And she will go to the...
Welcome to the club.
Oh, my goodness.
You build a thick skin.
Yeah.
Hi, dear Mariam.
And then there's love too.
So, you know, concerning what you just said, definitely over time you develop a thick skin. There's some things now that when I see, I burst into laughter. Like, I mean, this has to be too funny, you know.
Amen.
Like, but, you know, we learn every day. She has learned something differently, you know, and hopefully she will grow from that.
Yes.
So,
anything this weekend? Plans?
what do we have planned?
Nothing major.
Yeah, nothing major.
I think you're giving the rich auntie vibes.
Yes.
Like, the way you're looking.
It's midterm week.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely correct.
So we've been studying for tests and everything. We're done studying because I've been studying with them.
Yes. We were doing presentations today. We built a car.
That's true.
Like, and I have a set of twins. So I'm building 2 cars. We built cars that can move. The car must move. I had to call an electrician. Please come and help me put this wire together. No. We had to buy the motor thingy. We built the car with cardboards. I'm there coloring, and we're there cutting and pasting. And I had guests, and then I had events. In fact, it was a tiring.
Yes, we've been talking about cars made by the brown.
This one, if I'll take a picture and post it.
I always say it is a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. We did this thing, and then the last one too has to the project. The parents can paint. Wow. Oh, these teachers, God is your...
Our own project is learning work. We just had to print car, print bicycle. So for you to build, that means...
next time you will build, don't worry.
I'm going to post it.
Next time to be up.
The last few days I've been at the CALSO event, at the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, and I was invited to be one of the panelists. I really enjoyed the conversation about storytelling, how it can help with social change and cultural exchange. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it. And it was just good to see a full room of women, government women, who are doing so much. But what I got out of it from what Joker Silva said yesterday, that political women in politics must begin to share their stories. There's so much more you're doing that we need to see. We shouldn't just be, oh, she's Kiniko's wife. Oh, she's this person's second. No. You have value. You have essence. And that must be shared as politicians in politics, and as a woman. It's really important. So hopefully we'll provide our platforms to share stories of women politics so that people don't get scared of getting into politics. I think it's an important thing for women in politics to begin to start doing. But thank you for the invitation. I really enjoyed myself. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay. Nima just launched her glasses.
This one is much better. It doesn't look like old school anymore.
All right, let's start with the punch. It's really nice. I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
Let's start with the punch. NNPCL marketers disagree over supply as queues spread. Resist drug cartels' temptations, Marwa tells NDLE officials. Okada riders shun government's ban, return to restricted Lagos road. President appoints new heads for NTA, NBC, 8 others. Sanwo-Olu, Abiodun, Dangote bid Akintola farewell. Supreme Court begins Atiku's appeal against Tinubu on Monday. Israeli Hamas, US, UK, Germany ask citizens to leave Lebanon. And INEC defends 2023 poll says 712 petitions were dismissed. Okay, which story?
Major headline. Yesterday said
Major headline.
about at 6:05 yesterday, petroleum product was scarce. There's been queue, and we've not been getting. So this report just gives us updates. So the independent marketers are insisting that they have not gotten supply from the NNPC, who is the sole importer of petroleum products, for over a month. NNPC insists they have supply for at least 30 days, that they have sufficient supply. But the story goes deeper, where an undisclosed person from the side of the NNPC is insisting that things are not normal as they used to be, that NNPC now has more outlets, and before what they had, if they had about 30 million liters, they could give out to independent marketers and still supply all their outlets. But right now, what they have is not even sufficient for their outlets, and is not willing to disclose. So the product is scarce, and Nigerians are now feeling the brunt of the increased price as well as scarcity. Those two things don't combine to create comfort at all.
Somewhere I saw 620 yesterday, yes. 620 naira. I didn't enter. I didn't find.
No, if you drive looking for you, that 605, I jumped queue. I didn't even look. It was until I went selling for me before I checked. I said, well, let's just buy and go home.
Okay. Another story, Punch?
Yes, I do. So INEC defends 2023 polls. So INEC is saying that 891 petitions out of the 1,196 on the 2023 polls have so far, they've either been dismissed or withdrawn. They're saying that that shows that about 74.4% of the petitions is confirming the credibility of the elections conducted. So really their grouse is that, there's just so much talk about how this, the last election was like a total failure. There were so many petitions. But it says that, they brought out a report and it says that all you had to do was do like a comparative analysis. All the petitions were not for the presidential elections, were for different things. And some were even concerning the primaries or the parties themselves. So to lump them up together and make it look like the election itself was regressive is unfair. And so they gave, a breakdown of where the different petitions happened. And it shows that actually this is one of our, according to them, best elections that we held, and that a filing of petitions should not even be seen as a negative, but also as a positive, that they're able to put all that together. And,
okay, let me take the chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired. On Thursday, charged the new 2,500 personnel of the agency ready for deployment to stand firm and reject insidious temptations that would come their way by drug barons and cartels. According to him, he was speaking at the parade of the newly trained narcotics agents and narcotics assistants in Kaduna, and he was represented by the Special Advisor, Colonel Yakubu Bako, retired. He reminded the new personnel that they cannot afford to compromise on their work because their efforts will be directly impact on the safety and well-being of Nigerians and families and communities. And these barons will come at you 100%. They will definitely try to do everything to win you over, but you must stand firm. You've also seen the work the NDLA has done so far. They've been very successful. So as they're coming, I'm really happy that 2,500 have been trained. That means that we're going to have more personnel, narcotics agents out there and trying to fish out the bad guys and barons of this drug. Well done to NDLA. Well done. I'm really proud of that agency. Go ahead, Toby.
I have the Okada riders shown government ban story. And so on Alhaji Kosoko Road, that's in Berga, in Lagos State, we've seen that Okada riders have totally taken over the road. And the residents are actually complaining, saying that there's a lot of traffic in the area. And even though task force, LASMA guys are always there ensuring that there's an ease of movement, but the riders have refused to leave, right? And so it is now a question of who has the greater power. Is it the riders or the enforcement agencies? And so even residents are at this point very helpless concerning the entire situation. And so the Director of Public Affairs for Lagos State Task Force, Badenyo Abdurrahim, has come up to say that it is not because they cannot really enforce, but because Ojodu is a border town, Some may claim that it is Lagos State, some others may claim that it is Ogun State. So they are being careful in enforcing the law in the area.
Even the second rainbow that is inside Lagos, they cannot enforce. And the police are by them. The Okadas are on the other side under the bridge.
Okay, let's move on. We don't have the nation today, so we move on to the Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu Supreme Court hears article Obi APM's appeals October 23rd. FG to close 3rd Mainland Bridge on Saturday and Sunday. NLC accuses Labour Minister of partiality in handling the NURTW crisis. Ohaneze backs amnesty for gunmen to stop killings and destruction in Southeast. Tinubu withdraws appointment of 24-year-old FEMA chairman. APC-PDP fight over call for Akeredolu's impeachment. And INEC releases statistics on 2023 election, says 891 petitions dismissed and withdrawn. Okay, which story are we starting with in Nigerian Tribune?
Ondo State, so the PDP in Ondo State on Thursday clashed with APC members in the Southwest and the State House of Assembly over the call for opposition party for the impeachment of the state governor following his continued absence. Long story short, he's been absent for over 6 months, they say. It looks like the state is on autopilot. And for that reason, they're asking for if he's not there, then they should start the proceeding for impeachment. The APC is saying that it's quite insensitive for the PDP to be calling for the impeachment, knowing the health status of the governor, and that after all, the state has been going on well. The operations of the state has been robust and going on well. So why is the PDP calling out for this? Anyway, in a statement by the PDP camp, they're saying that, first of all, there needs to be like a medical person to ascertain the health status of the governor and, start proceedings for impeachment. I would like to see how this ends. Is he getting better? Is he getting worse? Is he coming back? Who is running the state when he's away? What does the Constitution say about this long absence of a governor away from his state?
And I also heard this side saying that they are running the government of Ondo State from Ibadan. It just doesn't look nice. Whoever is speaking on their behalf should stop talking if they don't have something proper to say. If he's the governor and he's available, he should be running Ondo State.
We're hearing different conflicting messages. Some are saying that they're trying to update his office to be compatible
will not be outside
for his medical requirements, which is fine. But either way, somebody must give us one source of information.
Exactly.
Give us his health condition, what state he's in, what he's doing there, and how he's running. So there's no speculations and people are just coming up with stories. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Still reviewing Tribune. Ohaneze Ndigbo on Thursday urged those behind the wave of killings and destruction of properties in the Southeast to accept the amnesty by Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma. Many of you know he had offered amnesty to those who are in the bushes, who are causing all these nefarious activities, to come forward and they'll be given employment. They are also putting together a broad-based restructuring of incentive for Igbo traders across the nation to redirect their investments to the Southeast. So, according to Ohaneze, with their, I think, the Publicity Secretary, Dr. Chidozie Alex Obonia, has said that the meeting is important for all Igbo, those who are causing these activities in the bush, to come forward and accept these new jobs, and so that they can stop the killings and destruction of properties in the Southeast. I'm so happy that the governor, Uzodinma of Imo State, is also the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, and other governors within that zone are asked to also key into this amnesty program to encourage those in the bush to come out and drop their weapons and then be able to be absorbed into the system for better jobs and acceptance.
I have the NLC accusing the Labour Minister of siding with illegality. So the general and impartiality. The General Secretary of the NLC, Comrade Emmanuel Ugwaja, has issued a statement that he made available to journalists in Abuja, where he broke down that the Comrade Tajuddin Barua's leadership was the only democratically elected office, and they adhered with the union statute, the national laws, and the ILO conventions in reaching him that election and or his appointment asked the head leadership of the NURTW. It says that the minister now came into the matter as a matter of mediation, only for him to turn around and side with illegality backed by the police that, took over their headquarters in Abuja. They said that they're asking the president to rein the minister for labor in, and are also asking him to do the proper thing, that it is unfathomable that a federal minister of labor tasked with safeguarding the rights and interests of diverse stakeholders in our industrial landscape would opt to take action that would undermine the very foundation of our collective engagement. The minister's decision is clearly morally reprehensible and legally untenable. So they called it all sorts of names, and I'm hoping that the NLC will quickly go to court and get an injunction preventing further interference rather than, a strike. Because where this is probably leading to is them starting a protest or a strike. Let them get, their available reliefs from the industrial court. Yes.
Okay, so I have the Tinubu withdraws 24-year-old's appointment as FERMA chairman. So FERMA is the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, and so there was the nomination by the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of engineer Imam Kashim Imam to serve as the chairman of the board of directors of FERMA. And so there was a press statement by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, and he said that the nomination was withdrawn. And the reason was because there were ills of criticisms saying that he's inexperienced and is not fit for that role. So the president has withdrawn the application with immediate effect.
It's irresponsible government.
So it means that, is it that the president gets this list and just approves and trusts the people that are giving him, that he's not aware or something? How does he approve 24-year-old and then take it back?
The office going to head is one that is very technical. And so they have the engineering body who, of course, starts...
I understand. What I'm saying, the fact that, is it possible that our president is approving something he's not aware he's approving?
No, I don't think that way. Okay. So, appointments are also some nominations from parties across states.
Right.
Yes.
So you get a list and think it's okay.
Yeah,
I felt it was okay. I felt it was a breath of fresh air.
So you see and you trust that...
approve it without maybe vetting...
Yes. So you assume that your aides have done the needful and you approve it and he's not aware, and then you now find it's 24 years. So the point I'm trying to make is that means our voices are important.
Yes.
We need to keep talking so that just in case one friend went to go and slide in his brother's name, when Nigerians speak,
that point itself is what I'm trying to negate. Myself and Dolapo had this argument, and I was like, maybe they want a breath of fresh air. Someone who is not used to the method of kickbacks and all of that, coming in, bringing only his technical know-how. But they are insisting now that even the technical know-how is based on experience, because some jobs, you don't get the appointment without the years.
That's fresh graduates.
The Nigerian Telegraph, let's find a stove not taken. How we recovered 500 billion naira from government. Agency says around fact. Let's find a story not taken. Tinubu Obaseki mourn as Bode Agusto dies at 68. FGEU unveils 728 billion naira package to deepen relationship. Loss of confidence in judiciary recipe for anarchy, says Chief Judge Social. Who has that story in?
So I have the Ramfac story. Okay. So at our interaction with the House of Reps Committee on Finance, the chairman of the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Mohammed Bello, revealed that 500 billion unremitted revenue was recovered from some institutions across the country. He said they recovered 14 billion between 2008 and 2012 through the assistance of forensic experts engaged by the commission. He said they also recovered 60.9 billion in 2012 to 2015. In addition, he said they also recovered over 312 billion in 2016 and 2019, while payment was made in the 2022 fiscal year. According to him, the commission recovered 98 billion from the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission last month, unremitted, and remitted the same to the Treasury. And that NNPC zone was the issue itself. We were hearing that the monies made were not even remitted, that they were making money now to offset debt. They were making, NNPC now not earn any dollar again when we had that drama towards the end of the year. But these things are coming out now at the committee, and I hope that we'll be able to make difference going forward. Monies that have been recovered or remitted, you need to check the ministries where you found these loopholes and cover them up immediately.
Okay, let's move on to The Guardian. Varsities sad tales of underfunded on the staff medical centers. Review Nigeria's relations with Israel. Sharia Council tells Tinubu. Hashtag NSAS. Activists lament non-implementation of pro-panel recommendations. Tinubu revokes Imam's nomination as FEMA chairman, appoints CEOs of parastatals. No respite for Nigerians as petrol scarcity bites harder in Abuja. Operators fault new 6 aircraft fleet rule for startups. And FG EU unveils 726 billion package to deepen relationship. Okay, which story I'm taking? The Guardian. Let me just take this EU. So the federal government and the European Union have jointly approved a financial package totaling 900 million, I think 722 billion naira actually, aimed at deepening the bilateral relationship between both entities. The package came on light of the Thursday meeting with the Commissioner for International Partnerships. Her name was Jutta Opilainen, and Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. And at that meeting, it was stressed that the EU assessed that, she said that they will definitely continue to build a long-standing relationship with Nigeria, and they will continue to invest in our common future and priorities of security, democracy, and prosperity for all. Particularly, however, the package will be deployed specifically to achieve the country's green, resilient, digital, inclusive transition in line with government's priorities and global gateways. So hopefully those are key important things, the green economy and also digital inclusive transition, which is quite important. Any other story in The Guardian? Okay, let's move on. I think that's all we can take on the front page review. When we return, move on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us on the show to tell us more about Al-Hikmah University is a senior lecturer, medical microbiology and public health, Al-Hikmah University in Ilorin, Dr. Mansurat Falana. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Very, very excited to have you. So your university is reputed to be the first Islamic faith-based university in the country. Tell us more about the vision and mission of the school. When I heard Islamic University, I was like, oh my God, that's exciting because we need more stuff like this. Tell us about the university and the mission and vision of it.
Thank you once again. Al-Hikmah University is a faith-based university located in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. It was established by the Abdurrahim Islamic Foundation in Ilorin. The university got licensed to operate as a conventional private university by the federal government of Nigeria in 2005. And we commenced our first academic session, that's the 2005-2006 academic session, with 3 faculties and 70 students. The vision of the founder of Al-Hikmah University is to be a world-class university that provides quality university education. And our mission is to promote academic and moral on a basic foundation of Islamic principle in order to promote the cause of humanity and promote a better Nigeria.
Wow, well done. So as an Islamic faith-based university, is the university open to admitting students of different faiths?
Yes. Al-Hikmah University, being a faith-based university, means that it promotes moral along with academic excellence. On this note, Al-Hikmah University is open to every individual who aspire a perfect blend of moral with academics. So, irrespective of religion, ethnicity, gender, or even political affiliation, Al-Hikmah University is open to all.
Okay.
So what would you consider your major strengths to be? What stands your university out?
Well, Al-Hikmah University stands out in its well-spelled mission. That is, to promote a perfect blend of morality with education. Because in our society, moral decadence is increasing at an alarming rate. And the consequences of this is not limited to poor academic performance. It also extends to university dropouts. It can lead to increase in the rate of irresponsible citizens. All this put together promotes the mission of Al-Hikmah University. So it's this lies in the strength of Al-Hikmah University.
Okay, let's. 2005 is a while, so I'm looking at how have you fared? What are your outstanding achievements? Because I went to a school known for law, medicine, and engineering, and those areas are still our core areas of strength. We beat anybody in the world.
Yeah.
So, what are your achievements? You know, and what moments can you really remember that you have achieved?
Well, let's take it from inception. We started with 3 faculties. Now we have 7 faculties at Al-Hikmah University. We have grown in strength and in quality. Let's take it from our curriculum. The curriculum of Al-Hikmah University aligns with the curriculum of every other university in Nigeria, because for our programs to be accredited, it means our curriculum aligns with the benchmark minimum academic standard. So in terms of quality, we are there. In terms of available resources, our resources aligns with the requirements of the NUC BMAS. So this is an achievement on its own. For the 7 programs that we have series of undergraduate and postgraduate programs at Al-Hikmah University, and almost all of our programs have been accredited by the NUC. To add to our achievements is the fact that Al-Hikmah University promotes community development. We established a secondary school that provides quality secondary education to children in the community. The quality of our secondary school can be proven by the performance of one of our students at the just concluded senior secondary school debate competition, where Hikmah, coincidentally she's Hikmah by name, Hikmah Abdul Karim, competed with over 100 students from different secondary schools in Nigeria. And she made us proud by coming on with the first position prize. This tells us how strong Al-Hikmah University is in terms of promotion of excellence. Let me talk about our contribution to entrepreneurial skills, because Al-Hikmah University understands that it is one thing to acquire knowledge in the 4 walls of the classroom, and it is another thing to have this entrepreneurial skill that will make graduates employable after graduation. So on this, Al-Hikmah University provides quality entrepreneurial skills for our students. I'll cite an instance. At our law campus, because we have 3 campuses, at our law campus, we have a moot court. The moot court stimulates our students to the real court proceeding while in the school. So we also have a well-equipped mass communication studio for our students. In addition to that, we have a fitness center for our students, because we understand that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we want our students to be all-rounder.
Okay.
So
how much is this Al-Hikmah University? That's the issue right now. The cocoa of the matter. How the English is spoken. What is the cocoa of the matter?
Okay. First, let's make something clear. For a university to have adequate resources to cater for its students, for that university to have adequate and qualified manpower, we need fund.
Of course.
We don't get subvention from the federal government. We do not get any benefit from TET fund. We rely on our internally generated revenue. So, even at this, we want to promote quality. Al-Hikmah University, I must tell you, is still one of the affordable universities with high quality in Nigeria. Apart from our affordability, we also have some programs. The founder of Al-Hikmah University subsidized some programs for parents to be able to afford coming to Al-Hikmah University. We also allow installmental payments at Al-Hikmah University. So Al-Hikmah University is quite affordable.
You're not selling
the figure, on the figure,
website.
Our charges is between 300,000 to less than 1.5 million naira, depending on the cost. So further information can be gotten on our website, www.alhikmahuniversity.edu.
Thank you for being generous.
Does Al-Hikmah have the dash where you have to, in the www.alhikmah? Is there a dash or just
No, just one word. Yes, one word.
I want to ask for those who they've heard you and thinking, I have to come to this school. But so apart from scoring really high in your JAM scores, what other criteria would you need to have as an applicant to come to your school?
Okay, for applicants seeking admission into 100 level, in addition to JAM, it is required that they have a minimum of 5 credits in any of the O-level programs,
Right.
Okay.
with English being the major and 4 other subjects depending on the choice of course.
Okay.
Okay, so what courses are available? What other courses? Because you mentioned law now.
Okay.
And I'm thinking,
What
what
else?
else can they have? So what else? What?
Okay, I'll start with the faculties that we have.
Okay.
We have faculties of law, education, management sciences. We have faculty of agriculture. We have faculty of natural and applied sciences. We have faculty of health sciences. We have faculty of humanities and social sciences. Now, let me go to the programs we have. All those faculties offer programs at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. So we have over 50 undergraduate programs and we have over 48 postgraduate programs. We also have 12 centers at Al-Hikmah University. Almost all of our programs have been accredited by the NUC. Let me list some of the programs that we have. We have law, we have cybersecurity, we have information systems, we have public health, we have nursing, we have law. I think I've mentioned law before. We have mass communication, we have sociology and criminology. We have a whole lot of programs.
Right, Toby.
So is admission currently going on now?
Yes, admission is currently on at Al-Hikmah University.
Okay, so what message do you have for admission seekers out there? Why should they come to Al-Hikmah?
Okay. For applicants seeking admission, Al-Hikmah University is a place to be. It's a place where quality university education is assured. It's a place where safe and conducive learning environment is assured. It's a place where timely completion of academic session is assured. In the sense that a candidate gaining admission into Al-Hikmah University at the point of admission can tell the exact time of graduation. So we have an uninterrupted academic calendar. So Al-Hikmah University is a place for all admission
Fantastic.
seekers.
So much.
We wish you the best.
Yes.
And what I like most about this university is that hopefully you begin to set the pace
Yes.
for Muslim who need education and don't want to be discriminated. You know, they have this issue of discrimination in other universities. They've had issues of how to wear the hijab, how not to, you know. With your university, you set the tone and the pace and let other universities learn how to accommodate and work with people who are different from you. So I think it's a fabulous, fabulous institution, and well done to the work you've done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we return, continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So this is our next guest there. For those of us in Lagos, you will be thanking us, so you better thank us, because joining us on the show is a Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Engineer Mrs. Olukorede Kesha. She will be discussing more on the intending closure of the Third Mainland Bridge. Welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Good to have you. We are so excited because we have been lamenting that Third Mainland, because we don't know what to call it. It's like a whole, almost like about a mile of all sorts of puzzles here and there. And thank God the clips are there. And, you know, Nigerians have been lamenting. Some have said, oh, it's a death trap. Others are saying all sorts of things. And it has caused traffic. And now you are saying you want to close it for 2 days. Tell us exactly about this closure and what you plan to do in these 2 days.
It's actually a day.
Oh, it's a day.
It's
Okay.
actually a day.
24 hours?
Yes, it's just 24 hours. So good morning, Lagosians. Good morning, the general motoring public. We're here to tell you that government is responsive to
Cry.
the public outcry. I didn't want to use that word. Exactly, of the public. But we're here to tell you that this government is a very responsive one, and adequate provisions has been made for the emergency repairs of Third Mainland Bridge. But there are some elements of that repairs that needs to be imported into the country. So the contractor has asked for about 3 months to do that. So pending that, we said we cannot look at this situation for a whole 3 months.
Okay.
So we decided to say, let's do some palliatives on it, at least to bring a relief to the motorist. So that's what we intend doing. So we'll be moving to site the contractor is supposed to move to site all things being equal, we've checked the weather. The weather is friendly and very cooperative at the moment, but we're not God. So we're believing that things will remain as we have seen it on the net. So by Saturday, 12 midnight, the contractor will move to site to effect the repairs of very bad sections, field sections of the road.
Okay, so we've not...
So it will be closed from Saturday, 12 midnight, to Sunday, 12 midnight.
Okay.
Just 24 hours.
Okay.
So let's just say Sunday. Sunday morning?
Yeah, the whole of Sunday.
The whole of Monday, Sunday, yes.
Yes.
The whole of Sunday.
This is not the first time we've had to close Third Mainland.
Yeah.
The last administration as well, they had to close Third Mainland. Is Third Mainland Bridge still good?
Structural integrity.
Structurally. There was a time a journalist went on and covered the beams and said they were separating, and insisted it was bad. And now we continuously go back to that road. Is it still good?
Structurally.
The structural integrity of Third Mainland Bridge is not in doubt. It's a road we all ply. We don't have any special road that we ply. So the safety and the stability of that road is of paramount importance to all of us. So the structural integrity is not in doubt. However, there are 1 or 2 maintenance works that need to be done. It was awarded the last time, but not concluded. So it's undergoing a re-award phase now. Some elements are exposed due to corrosion attack of the underwater, but it doesn't mean that the structure has any defect or anything. It's just part of the periodic maintenance that we do on bridges that are inside salty water.
Okay. So, okay, thank God to hear that, because we have been thinking all sorts of things, but to hear from you that structurally it will still hold us as we fly.
It's safe, it's safe.
So my question now would be concerning the surface one that that we've seen in the clip. What can we do going forward so that we don't have to get to this point? What maintenance activities need to be done and how often so that we don't get to how bad it is today?
We normally mark routine. Once we do a road like that, there is 1 year maintenance period for the contractor. Thereafter, FEMA, which is a subsidiary, an agency of government under Federal Ministry of Works, it's their responsibility to take up the maintenance of such federal infrastructure going forward. But sometimes fund is a little bit of constraints.
Okay.
When you have money allotted to Federal Ministry of Works, sometimes it is not enough for 1 or 2 roads. But you have the same fund now being shared among 37 states. So there's little or nothing that can be done sometimes.
There's this word you mentioned, palliative works. And we've seen the word palliative come up in our government over and over again. So this palliative work now, you mentioned that the contractor needs 3 months to get the equipment used for what he wants to do.
Some of them. Yes, some of the parts to be used.
Okay, so does this mean...
repairs.
Okay, ma'am. So does this mean that this palliative work will only last for 3 months?
Or less safe?
Or less?
How long will this palliative last?
Yes.
No, this palliative is going to last for more than 3 months. All the field sections, that's why we want to close it so that we can see well. Otherwise, people have been doing, let's do some sections while traffic is ongoing. That's why we want to do total closure so that we can see all those badly filled sections. Then we'll attend to them. It will last even for more than 3 months.
I really look forward to it.
No, it will last for more than 3 months, that I can assure you.
After
that 3 months, everything will be overhauled. Complete overhauling of all the asphalt overlay. We're going to lay fresh asphalt on it, maintain all the expansion joints, do all the missing guardrails. You can see some of the guardrails are missing. We're going to fix all that. Put solar lights everywhere.
Okay.
Solar lights at this parapet wall you're seeing on your right and on the other side.
Okay.
Paint everywhere. It's going to be a brand new road.
Fantastic.
And it's extended to other bridges. I applied the Igomo, Orileyiwo's Igomo bridge to get to the train station, Apapa. Coming from Apapa as well, I do that. And all this asphalt has also washed off. The beams are also, it's even terrible. I don't know why. There's always water holding at the bottom of that bridge as you're going in on the Badagry Expressway inwards Apapa Atigomo. What can you extend this bridge maintenance to all the bridges and all these their joints around Lagos as well?
We have done a comprehensive assessment of all federal bridges and roads in Lagos. But like I said, fund sometimes is a major constraint. You understand? The funds has to be shared by the 36 states at the same time. Or your state cannot wait for Lagos State. We can't say 2023 budget, let's focus on Lagos. Then 2024, let's go to Oyo. Everybody is asking for attention at the same time.
Let me ask you just a final question. As the controller, the federal controller of works, what exactly is your role? Because we need to know who to be holding and calling on this ship. Before we used to call, who's that guy we used to call? Engineer Kuti. So we need to know, are you the person we can start disturbing now? I mean, what exactly is your role? So we know.
Engineer Kuti sat on this seat that I'm sitting on.
Yes.
And I think he left 2020 at the beginning of COVID.
We still used to call him anyway, even after. I still called him recently, not so long ago.
He told me.
This
Yes.
Express.
So you're the...
So going forward.
You are the person
You're
to
the
hold.
person.
I'm the person.
Fantastic. We'll be holding you very well.
He's my boss in
So
Abuja at the moment.
Okay.
Doing bigger things.
Oh, yeah, good, fantastic. So now that we know you, that we are seeing you like this.
Yes. So,
Be on your case.
So what
Thank you so
policy, do you have an open door policy? We can call you.
Open door now.
Okay, ma'am.
I think this person just called me this morning.
Yeah.
Dolapo just called me this morning, and here I am.
Fantastic.
I was on my way to challenge when he called.
Okay.
And
Thank
here
you
I
very
am.
much.
Okay.
Thank you very much for...
Ernest even wanted to do his Zoom. I said, no, I'm available.
Okay.
No problem.
Not singing, I'm unavailable.
Good to have you on the show. Appreciate it. I'll definitely be in touch with you.
Thank you.
Let's go
It's
on
pleasure
a
being
break
here.
now. When we return, we'll go on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this matter. And then I remembered what Chimamanda in her book, where she said that the danger of a single story, because it's always good to see, it's always easier when we see things from one perspective. But let's paint a picture where you're a parent and your child comes home beaten up, scarred up, the whole back, there are lashes on his or her back. But bomb has turned green everywhere, just because the teacher beat him up. Now, if you put on the emotion of that parent, would you ask first, what did you do? Or would you first of all go and react? Because some people would just, with anger, it depends on the state of mind of the parent.
Yes.
We were here drinking coffee, we're looking okay. There's some parents that have just lost a business deal or something just happened and they are frustrated.
Yes.
And they are looking for where to vent that frustration. And your child comes home almost beaten up, looking almost half dead. You carry your cane, first of all, go, who is that person? Who is the bad guy that even beat my child? Before you even sorry, TV language. Who is that person that beat up my child first? Before you even know what exactly did he do. Because there are various instances that we are not even there. We can't even imagine. But if we put ourselves in that shoe, how would you react?
So I would react if you beat my toddler. Our people say in Bende, they say, monkey no dey vouch for picking way back for back. Now only the one we see dey inside belle, if you vouch for. You see the child you are carrying, Odi, don't vouch for that child. He can't do anything. If you beat my toddler, we'll be having this conversation till thy kingdom come. The one that did it, I've not forgiven her. It's true. But if you beat my maybe 10-year-old, my teenager, I will ask, what did she do? Or what did he do? Because these children are capable of numerous numbers of things. It is what will sadden me is giving the child the impression that you could have, is that what she beat you for? I don't want to give my child that impression. Never. I want that child to have the impression what you did was so embarrassing that they beat you, you have embarrassed me. Yes. To do that, that's the way I want to wire and raise my own. Because they are capable of numerous things. Something happened recently in my neighborhood, and I would not explain. I can't name names. So 3 kids were playing. 2 wanted the football. 1 said no, and they went to the one who had the ball, who said no. They went to his house to get the ball. And when the mother came out and asked, why are you crawling? He said, no, he asked us to get the ball. That one I said, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said, why are you standing there? Why didn't you come and get the ball for your friend? He said, no, I told them they should not get it. I want them to play a particular kind of ball, and they want a different kind. Immediately, that one that was caught getting the ball was caught. Another one said, you said it. That's joining the one to lie.
Yeah. Children can be,
but they are kids. The mother handled it like a mother and said, come and get the ball, but don't lie next time. But imagine children of 8 years old, capable of that kind of thing. Children are capable of amazing things. But if you beat a toddler that cannot talk, help themselves, the conversation can never, there's nothing you want to tell me. If I don't beat you back, I won't leave you. So that's a different thing. But kids in secondary school, and as they go up, that's the age where you need to make the right impression on the child. If the child suffers anything, it's like the child playing, okay, God forbid it. When I was in secondary school, some kids were caught for cultism. They went to the burial site within the barracks, and the school brought everybody out we had a parade ground, a big park, where everybody was lined up and they were paraded and beaten and frog jumped. They punished for the old days, the military school, so we expected that. If that child goes to school, for God forbid, and got involved in cultism, and you hear that they cut themselves, they are the blisters. You know, when they are doing their initiation, they allow the punishment on themselves. Your reaction, if the school catches them, would it be beating? What is wrong, or that the child was in the wrong circle?
So it's based on the perspective. Let me let you, Toby, your final thought, because we have to wrap up on this topic.
I think that depending on the age of the child, there are some conversations that need to be had. So, for instance, if a toddler was caught doing something, you can actually just say, let it go. But as the child becomes older, there's more consequences that is supposed to be meted out on that child. And I think for young parents, some of us do not like when other people are correcting our children. I've seen it play out over time in church, around, and everybody's saying no. Unlike the way we were raised, when it is that if your neighbor sees you doing something, they correct you, but it's not the case now. A lot of people don't like it. And I think that also fuels this conversation of, I want to deal with issues my own way.
Mary, final words on this.
So final words for me would be that, when our children do what's wrong, we need to discipline them. And this is not a question of that. The school, although the school chose a way to discipline. But there's one thing I've noticed with life. You see what the teacher did to the parent, to the student, the parent did back is the same flogging. In one case, it was to correct, but in another case, it went too far. It killed someone. So we need to find a different way. So now for me is the method of discipline. So that the risk that there are, that comes, that will take away even from the message would not happen to you. So if the parent that took a cane to the teacher probably is a parent as a child was flogged. So in his own way too, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Imagine if the mindset was, this is what you do, this is how we address it, this is the way we communicate when something is done. He may have come in angrily, but he may have had a conversation instead of this leading to a death of someone.
Said as long as beating is retained for kids, we'll have this problem. Like we have problems like this every now and then. Yes, there are far more civilized ways to punish an erring.
Well, it depends on the community you're talking about. Just like you're right. But if we live in certain communities, it's fine. I mean, he probably lives in the UK right now. But there's some communities you will see. Like, you know that if you don't spank this person, maybe at least. So eventually we'll evolve into that community where we are engaging our children in conversation. But it's not every child that needs conversation. Some needs to be spanked.
At the age.
And community must know how to engage them properly and responsibly, such that it's not more damaging.
We're involved.
That is all we can take.
Give them community service.
On this segment, when we come back, bringing our guests, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So it's Friday. We always bring in our celebrity guests. So she's a multi-talented young actress, singer, movie scriptwriter, and producer. A multi-talented lady with versatile skills who has used her natural and learned abilities to make an indelible mark in the Nigerian entertainment industry. with her latest movie in Jagun Jagun, still topping the charts. If you recall, she is the Iroyogun Kiitan character. Welcome with us, Bukunmi Oluwashina. Welcome to the show. Goodness me, Iroyogun Kiitan. Have they started calling you that, or they just call you Agemo?
I think they do more of Yagemo.
Agemo, right?
Yeah.
But I think I love Yoruba Kiton.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister.
Yeah. What does it mean?
It means
The tale of war never
never
ends.
ends.
The tale of war never ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to
So,
be here.
oh yikes, you have a ring, you're married.
Of course, I'm
Oh,
married.
we wanted to sell you to the world that you are eligible. Congratulations, don't mind me, Jerry. So tell us about your career, what you've been doing, how you started, where you are, and your aspirations.
Okay, my first ever produced movie was Ayomi. Let me say it was just my major project because I was just lucky to produce it. So I came in as a movie producer, executively produced it, where I partnered with Pepsi and AVF. And the movie wasn't even out when people started calling me for jobs to feature a movie. They saw the trailer, so I think some people could gather that this movie is going to be great. So they started calling me for jobs. So from there, I produced Beautiful Song, which is a series, executively produced by myself too. So gradually, I kept on producing movies, and the last one I did was Jankari War,
I was good.
which was 2021, I think, yeah. And the current one I'm working on, two actually, which is White and Black and You'll Never Be Mine.
I mean, you come across me as really young, and usually like production is the forte of those who have been in the industry for so long, much older people. How did you start your own journey as a producer?
Well, my dad, let me say, is my hero. I've always wanted to be an actress, and I think it was the only yes I got. So he was really, really intentional about making things easy for me. God bless his memory, he's late. So in his will, he made preparation for me for my movies. Like,
Wow.
So it was from my, let me say, inheritance that I was able to establish myself as a filmmaker.
Oh, nice.
And
You got a handsome son then.
yeah, yeah, it was cool. So it was easier for me because I was, apart from being, let me say, physically ready for the journey, I was also, I studied theater art.
Okay.
So I know what it is to be a filmmaker and an actress, theoretically and practically, and psychologically. I was also ready for it because I've been preparing for this all my life. And let me say, apart from the fact that, you know, every profession has its own rules and regulations, but the industry is like another life on its own entirely. But I think the same rule that governs the world itself is the same with the ones that govern the industry. So, and I really learned a whole lot from my dad before he passed. So many things. I think he had seen a lot of things ahead of me, which was one of the things that prepared me for it. And I think one of the reasons where, let me say, this job, it's not really that easy. The fact that I produced it wasn't that easy because there's so many, there's so many people that attached that to who I am. You know, how can I, okay, let's say you have a food in front of you and someone passes in front of you and the person, you didn't greet the person. They could believe that it's because of the food in front of you, that's why you didn't see them. Whereby, even if the food wasn't there, you probably wouldn't have seen them. So there are so many things that was attached to the fact that maybe because I came in as a self-producer and all that. So at some point, I wished I was like the normal hustling. Yeah, so they would see me for my struggle and know I actually earned this. Yeah.
So Jankari trended that year because, you know, the reviews online when it was, and they were saying you acted 4 roles. I was like, maybe she not get money to pay other actress. But later on, it was, reviewed for being prolific as, as regards your trade.
Yeah.
How did you decide to do that? Why did you decide to do that, really?
Well, Jankari was a satire, and the reason why I had to play actually 5 roles is because I was trying to picture different culture in Nigeria, which is the Igbo, the Yoruba, and some other, we have various, a lot of them. So, and the reason why I decided to play the character is because I was trying to paint the picture of everyone being one. Like, it's the same image. like we're representing the same thing.
We're one
Nigeria.
people.
Yeah. So when you see me in this person, you're still seeing that face. You see me in that person, you still seeing. It's not about not being able to pay other actors. We are almost, let me say, everybody in Yoruba movie industry in Jankariwo. Everybody, both men and female, top A, all the A-list actors and actresses. So it was just the concept in my head. So, and I feel like it also helps my versatility to, you know, to explore the role, do different things at the same time, and then I really enjoyed it. So
Yeah, you have a good command of the Yoruba language, and a few people would say that if we don't continue the way we're continuing, the language may go in extinction. So do you believe that language or Yoruba language or maybe Igbo language would sometime go in extinction, or you are one of those people that carry on with the vision of Yoruba lasting for so long?
I would say it depends on what we want and how, if we want to allow it. And, you know, if we get to look at it, recently a lot of people have been doing more of the epic, you know, war films, all this Ibile and all those things. And I want to believe, like, if we do not put ourselves out there, people won't see us. We'll just keep on trying to emulate, like trying to be like other people that we would never be able to. The best we could ever be is probably number 2, because we're trying to, you know, be like other people. And I feel like it's also, it's a good thing to continue to try to sell ourselves in the form of what we represent. There are so many people outside the country that they wish their children would be able to speak their own dialects, like their language, because when they find themselves at home, they feel lost. When other people are talking, I'll be like, what's it saying? What's all that? And other people too feel like if your child cannot speak English the way other people they are speaking it, like they're not really seen as being educated enough, like you're still seeing a little bit of dialect or accents when they're speaking their English and all that. But I want to believe that this is just, this is our representation.
Let me get a video of your work so we can see you. Oh, wow, please, you deserve a round of applause.
Thank you.
You see, there's a question I wanted to ask you, but let me ask you the one that just came to mind now.
Okay.
When we see married men kissing in movies, because it's normal, when a married woman starts kissing in movies,
Oh, God. Oh,
you look at his behavior. How is a guy understanding these kisses?
Well, I would say, I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it in an interview. I used to say I can, like, never marry an actor. Even if I was a guy, I can't marry myself. I'm a very jealous person. But my husband, we've been friends, like, since I can remember. Like, we've been dating since 2010. Right. So he knows me way back, like, from before I'm who I am right now. He knows I'm not a kind of person that I would kiss a person on screen, and then behind screen I would be trying to tell the kind of, you know,
it ends at
emotions
the
and all that.
case, it ends.
Of course it does. Okay. So emotionally, I think it's trying to understand. It's a very understanding person, rather.
So she's trying to rush me.
Oh, okay.
Don't rush her. Let her finish the answer of the question. Wait.
I think it's just about you being with someone that understands.
You know, sometimes we're just watching movie, but there's some actors who are like, look at this actor. I wonder, haven't you met on the scene someone that is well and admired, and then you
like an RMD.
How do you explain that one to your husband?
Hey.
That one is a bit different.
Because there are some fine boys these days in this Nollywood. Have you seen them? All those correct Shisu.
Thank you for asking me.
How do you manage it?
Well, I don't know if you've seen my husband.
He's up to the task. He's up to the task.
Yes.
Okay. So case closed.
Finish, yeah,
You know, really, we've not seen you.
Okay.
You're known. Because when I started watching your movies, I just kept thinking, we know every other person. This one just they hide. Why are you so private? And why do you want to keep everything out of?
Well, my grandma used to say something. I don't know. Sorry, you don't understand Yoruba.
You explain.
No, it's not even issue. It's like Obitoba Farapamulumangbo. And apart from that, I feel like when you put too much of yourself out there, you give people, like the public, the power to decide some stuff for you. Like you want to live based on their expectation of who you should be. But if they don't know what you're up to, they can't say much. Some people can't even, okay, let's say, for example, a video should leak or probably a voiceover, and someone says, that's Bukunmi's husband talking. You've not even heard my husband speak anyway, so you don't know what his voice sounds like. So I feel like it limits. People do say that the fact that you take your stuff outside social media or on social media, that doesn't justify the fact that it would last or it would protect it or whichever way. But the thing is, it reduces the chances. And most of the marriages that crash these days, there's always a touch of social media problem linked to it, because a lot of people want to show everybody that they're happy. And the truth is, if you're genuinely happy, you won't even be on social media. Like 90% of people on social media go there when they want to, you know, or just stop thinking about something, or just, if happy people don't even remember their phones unless they want to take pictures.
So that's it. Okay, Bukunmi, what are you doing for the next generation? I understand that you're young, yes, but there's a generation coming after you, and you know how it is
first.
That times and seasons happen, right? Yeah. So for people coming, so for example, people in the university now that you finished from, are you doing anything, any form of work for them to mentor them and then make sure they don't make the mistakes that you made?
Well, okay, I'm not sure I've made the mistake here, but there is, this year, what year was that? I think 3 years ago or 2, where I sponsored some people, some youths who wanted to study acting, gave out scholarship, and I think there were close to 200 students, and the plan was that I know it's going to get to a stage in the industry whereby if you're not trained as an actor, probably you went to school to study it, or you're in a group, it will be very difficult for you to flourish. You must belong to. Meanwhile, I heard that, let me say, I know that there is this law in Nigeria that your freedom of you not wanting to be in any group. Like, you have the freedom to decide that you don't want. But I don't think that law is actually effective.
Freedom of association or something.
Yeah, freedom. Yeah, because even as an actor, you have to belong to a group.
Okay, there's something I wanted to ask you concerning the Yoruba. We hear you speak some serious high level. It's not a small level, intermediate level Yoruba. Do on set. Is it that you have to learn it afresh, or is this something you've always known? You always had this conk Yoruba background, or you have to learn it for that role?
I used to say that sometimes I feel like so many part of me living in some places I've never been that I don't know, because I would not lie, I've never lived in Oyo, I've never learned the language. Most of the India accent and some other accent that I speak, I've never learned it. I just, when they tell me this is the role you're playing and you're speaking like this, I'll be like, oh, really? And then
you have to go and learn it.
Wow. I don't get to learn. Wow. I don't get to learn them. I feel like maybe because I've watched films like that over time, I've gotten to hear what they sound like, so it's easier for me to sound like them. I just feel like I'm good with mimicking.
The conk
one,
The conk words, all those.
I studied theater art, so it's easy for me. It makes things easier for me.
I would like to take you back. I'm just a bit curious. You know, when we were talking earlier, you talked about your dad, and I was wondering, was your dad in the movie industry? Was he rich and famous? You know?
Okay, my dad was never into all this public space. He was into oil and gas. Okay. He worked with Total filling station. And talking about being rich, it was pretty comfortable, very, very comfortable. I don't like to use the word rich, but it was very, very comfortable. Like, growing up, we had everything we wanted. So,
All right, Nima.
Okay, so I wanted to ask this Yoruba industry question, because you just alluded to it now, about, belonging to a certain group. I knew you from the Yoruba movies, so which group did you have to join? How did you have to join them? What was the criteria you had to meet?
Well, I actually didn't have to join any group. But what I was saying there was the people coming behind, because she was talking about people coming. There are so many people out there, especially females, who are having problems figuring out how to become an actress because it's been challenging for them. This person is saying something that this is what you have to do. The other person is saying something different from what you heard from this person. But it still boils down to the fact that you have to belong somewhere. It makes it easier for you. Like if you're training to be an actor now, let's say, for example, under Femi Adebayo or under Itele Diaiko, you know you're a student of this person. It will be easier for them to want to help you when you're done. But
you didn't need that because you had your funds to start production immediately.
Fantastic. It would be when you go on set, how do you balance the home? What are the sacrifices you have to make to be on those production sets?
Yeah, ever since I got married, I've been really, really very selective of the kind of job I go for, unless it's very important. My husband reads my scripts too, so we decide on, okay.
Is he an actor?
He's not an actor.
In the industry?
No, he's not even there. He does not like anything that draws attention. He's into IT stores and web creation and all that.
You read your scripts?
Yeah, he reads to see if I'm going to be kissing or doing too many things there.
So he prepares his mind.
So yeah. So ever since I got married, especially when I had my child, it's been a little bit challenging for me. I wouldn't lie, because I've always wanted to be a part of my family. I'm a family person. I love family much more than anything in this world, because my dad would always say family is everything, which is one of the reasons why I have known from the beginning that I can never marry an entertainer or somebody that is also into the same thing with me, because we need to be home to make the home a home.
Yeah.
So I've just been shocked. In God's grace and God's wisdom, I've been...
You said quite a bit about your dad. How's your mom? Has she had any influence in your career at all?
My mom, she prays. She prays all life.
Prayer is important.
Yes, she prays for me. It's just been my dad all along. Let me say, it was both like the mom and the dad while growing up. So that's why I always talk about it.
Like you're a daddy's girl?
I'm a daddy's girl. We're all daddy's girl.
First
But
child?
daddy's girls.
First child?
First child. No, I'm not the first child. I'm the third. I have 2 before and 3. No, 2 after. Yeah, I'm the middle. Yeah.
So as we're wrapping up now, what should we be looking forward to? Future work, production?
Yeah, please look forward to White and Black. It's an international movie produced by myself, and also You Never Be Mine. We just wrapped like a few days ago. And this movie's, I'm not going to say much, it's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Look out
forward to
So we
it.
have some tweets greeting you.
Okay.
Honorable Ademola Lalade says, you remind him of Efushetan Aniwura. And we should ask who your role model is and if you have any other person that you're also looking up to. And Asmat says, exactly. She was precise and fluent and brilliant, and your style was very persuasive.
Role model.
My role model.
Dad, Sha.
My dad. My dad.
We already know that it's your daddy.
Yeah.
So in the industry that you are now.
The industry that I am now, right now, I don't know. You know, there is this thing, there is a very thin line about you having a role model. When they make mistakes, you tend to make the same mistakes.
I sense something new about you.
Yes.
I sense something like a new wave, young, fresh Yoruba producers, bringing a whole new train of youngsters who are focused on the craft, not so much on the celebrity, the glitz and the glamour, the light and the shining. You're actually in that, you seem to be in that group of people who are really ready to build the Yoruba movie industry properly, the way it should be, and bring some kind of sanity. So that's the feel I'm getting from you, but we wish you the best.
Thank you.
I'm happy that you're not really, you're not working on anybody's ago. You're creating your own clock. Thank you. You're creating your own clock and you're working on it, and congratulations. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
Hope that the next few years will bring you back again for some great productions you've done.
Thank you.
That is all we can take on this week's edition of Your View. Join the ladies tomorrow for the Saturday edition. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye for now.